Hi everyone, welcome back. Today, I thought I'd return to the scene of a previous video. I got a couple things wrong and, well, I got there by accident last time. This time, I think I'm going to drive in and I'm going to correct the record. So, let's return to Bear Creek Lake Park, this time by car. Why don't you come along and let's see what we can see. Yeah, if you recall last time, I parked over this way, went across the street and followed the creek. Today I'm going to actually drive over there, so let's cue up some driving music. Welcome back to Bear Creek Lake Park, this time by car. I wanted to come back and start down here again at Skunk Hollow, just to get some bearings and then move on from here. Let's go over the park rules real quick. Pets must stay on their leash, pets not allowed in the water, no swimming except in designated areas. So, in other words, legal schmeagle, blah, 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 don't jump in the bay. Yeah, in a moment I'll jump back in the car and start driving around the area, but for right now, I kind of want to get back to the water. Yeah, I don't think I actually went down to this little part last time. What a wonderful little place to start. Yeah, if you missed that other video, I'll go ahead and link it in the description. I basically took a little walk and ended up out here. But I didn't have much time to actually explore. So now I kind of want to. Plus, I mistakenly said it was free to get in. It was free to walk in. If you're going to bring your car in, it's $10 for a day pass, $15 on peak days, or you can get a season pass for $80. Yeah, and already, who wouldn't want to come here at least 8 times in a year? It would definitely be worth the price. Especially on such a beautiful day. I do love being out in places like this. Now, another reason I came out here, I have yet to do a underwater camera test with my Action 5 camera. Let's do that right now. I'm not going to go too deep underwater, but let's, whoa, that current is strong. All right, let's try right over here. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I do have my microphone on. That's how I was able to keep recording audio during that. Yeah, I'm also testing my new extra microphone here. I got a second one so that when my daughter and I go out, we each have one. But I have yet to try this one out, so yeah, I'm hoping it sounds good. Yeah, I know that without that microphone right now, everything would be a little bit garbled after going underwater, so yeah, I'm glad I have it. Hopefully that was not on subject tracking the entire time, but hey, let's get moving. It's not too far to, well, I'll cue up some more driving music. I made it up to the visitor center, and it is quite beautiful up here. In fact, there's a nice little interesting path here. I don't think I'm going to walk that. I'll stick to this one. I'm assuming this is some sort of a play or learning area, or, well, most likely both. Yeah, definitely some sort of learning area. Yeah, the sign has seen better days, but there is some educational stuff here about pollution, pesticides, climate change, lack of habitat, and what's harming some of it. But let's see. At least the ones that are not on the surface are a little bit easier to see. Yeah, that's the problem with having exhibits outdoors is, well, they do get a little faded from the sun. Well, hey, bunny. You actually startled me. Oh, I guess this would be the amphitheater. Not very large, but it doesn't need to be. I can imagine them having something out here. It's actually a beautiful view. You can have a nice little fire here as they tell little stories to whoever's sitting up there. Yeah, it's actually quite a good view from both directions. And I love how trustworthy they are to just have extra wood laying around. I haven't even made it into the visitor center yet. I'm just walking around and exploring all of this. But there's the building. Let's head out to the front of it. I wonder if the visitor center is actually even open. Let's find out. Apparently it is. Yeah, that was a nice little place. I didn't want to film and narrate in there. It was very quiet. I'll put a little bit of footage in here real quick that I filmed. Just a nice little educational spot. Not much, but beautiful. Not much, but nice. But let's go ahead and keep on moving. There's another little place I want to see. And I kind of want to get away from the gardeners. It is currently 9:46 in the morning. They start some rentals over that way in a little bit. What do you say we go check that out? And welcome to the beach. Here's the rules. You know, I have driven past this place so many times, but I've never stopped here. You know, I might just end up having to get in that thing. Yeah, I might end up going for a swim a little bit later. And they do provide some life jackets for the kids. That does sound interesting, though. Let's see what we can find. Well, I've definitely reached a different part of the lake. Let's walk on down this way and see if there's actually a better place to park before I end up renting anything. Yeah, because I would definitely want to leave a few things in the car and travel a little bit light if I go out on that water. You know, maybe not quite as light as a swan, but yeah, probably move into my bathing suit and go with some Crocs, leave my wallet, you know, that kind of thing. And the good news is, there is parking out here. And boats. Alright, there's some of the rules for this area. And, well, you got some TV mounting as well. Go figure. I did find the paddleboard rentals. It's, well, $30 an hour, 45 for 2 hours. It's a little bit more expensive on Friday through Sunday. You also have your double kayaks and canoes, and your party paddleboards. You can also save money by booking online. Yeah, I just might have to do this in a little bit. Yeah, but if I do, I'll do the smart thing and reserve it online. In the meantime, let's hop back in the car and explore a little bit. If I'm going to do that, it's going to be at the end of the day. Because I really do want to explore a little bit more of this whole park before it gets too crowded. Because as you can see, the geese are multiplying. Yeah, in fact, it is actually starting to crowd up a little bit over here. So let's drive around and see what else is out here. In fact, let's put down the action camera, let it charge for a little bit, and let's pick up the Pocket 3 for the next segment. Switching over to the Pocket 3 for a bit while the Action 5 charges back up. And I believe I found the stables. Wonder where the unstables are. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like there are no horses to rent out today. They'll probably be here after Memorial Day, which is coming up in just a few days. But yeah, for now, it's a mostly empty park. So it's a good time to actually explore. And you have the archery range out there. And maybe I shouldn't be standing behind it. Let's move along. I wonder what's over this way. We got a campground over that way. We got a horse arena and a fishing pier down this way. But we're walking, so let's go this way instead. Ooh, there's another little lake down there. Absolutely got to go exploring here. I wonder how to get down there. I also wonder where this path goes. So let's walk it just a little bit and find out. And I'm going to try not to get eaten alive as I go along. I do see some people walking down that way. So there has to be a way to get there. And I see more of this path. I think I might want to go grab my stuff from the car before I go any further away from it. Yeah, maybe a bit empty around here, but I still just don't feel like leaving all that stuff behind. Besides, I got water with my backpack. Alright, I got my backpack, extra batteries and everything, and I'm ready to go walking. Yep, managed to get everything, and well, let's continue our little tour. Well, I really do hope this trail goes someplace. So far, I'm just following alongside the road. Where I want to get is somewhere down there. Whoa! Almost stepped in a little something. Let's just be a little bit careful where we walk. Alright, I see where this branches off in a few places. I just don't see where this gets to it yet. But that should come. But yeah, that's where I want to go. Okay, that answers that question. I found the trails. I guess that was just a little bit of a shortcut, if you could call it that. But let's go ahead and take the Cowan Trail. That's the one that seems to be leading down to where I want to go. It is such a beautiful day out for a walk. And I'm absolutely glad that I did not change into my bathing suit just yet. Would have been a bit awkward to hike through all this and, you know, wearing a bathing suit and all. Yeah, but I thought I heard some water down here. I assume I'm going the right way. Especially because I really have nowhere in particular to go. There really is no wrong way, is there? So it must be the right way. That looks like the campground up there, which it looks like it's a lot of trailers. I suppose that's less intense. You know, I think I'm going to be a little adventurous and try to cross. Wish me luck. Whoa. Okay, a few of those rocks were a little bit slippery, but I didn't get wet. Yeah, it was a little difficult to cross, and I'll have to go over it again, but let's see what's over this way. Ah, wait. Somebody put silverware. There's a fork in the road. I guess I'll just keep closest to this little water source. As always, makes it easier to find my way back. But I do want to see what's over on this side. I thought I saw a little lake somewhere over here. And the best way to find a lake is follow the water. Ooh, and I think, quite possibly, that I found it. Oh, wow. It is quite clear, though. I don't know if you can see those little fish swimming in there, but... oh. There's even a few little ones jumping out every now and then. Just listening to the ambiance and the nature out here. I wonder how to get to that little dock out there. Let's keep walking around this path and see if it leads anywhere. You know, seeing all that life out there in the water, and then hearing all this life out here crunching around in the leaves and grass, startling me every now and then. But I keep having to watch where I step. I found a nice little bench over here, and I'm not sure if I should go forward because the path is being guarded by a pair of geese. And actually, I'm not getting too much closer because there are some baby geese with them. Not sure if I can zoom in and post. Let me switch to my phone real quick. Right in there is Mama. And I don't know if you can see the babies, but oh, there's one right there. Yeah, as much as I want to see where this path leads, it's best to leave baby geese alone. And besides, there's a bridge over here that leads to the other side that I've yet to explore, so why don't we do that? Unfortunately, it does mean that there will be no horses. But on the bright side, I won't have to watch my step as much. Well, hi there, talking birdie. Yeah, this actually looks like it leads right over to where I wanted to go anyway. You know, if I were doing this next week when I get to Florida, I'd be worried about gators. Today I'm just worried about snakes. But I think I finally found the path that leads to where I wanted to go. There's a little dedication plaque here. Apparently this was built by REI and was dedicated on Earth Day of 2006. What a lovely little observation deck it is. Again, this water is crystal clear. Yeah, there are lots of little fish in there. But every time I get close, well, they scurry away. It is so lovely out here. There's a better look at the baby. Yeah, but now that I've accomplished the task of finding this little place, what do you say we go back to that beach and let's go rent a kayak? Well, as I get ready to cross the creek again in this nice treacherous spot, I did make my reservation online for that kayak. So, looks like I'm going. But let's head back to the car a slightly different way. Let's head back through the campgrounds real quick. The car's just right over that way. So it's not really too far out of the way, and it might actually be a bit of a shortcut. Yep, made it up to the campground. That's a very long path, actually. Alright. I think that's enough speed walking. Let's slow on down. I honestly might want to rent one day. But not today. Because right now, I'm almost back to my car at the archery range. And then we're going back to that beach. I didn't really get a chance to go down to see that fishing pier down this road. I only have about a half hour till my reservation, so I gotta head over there. Besides, it gives me several reasons to come back. You know, that as well as the horses. Yeah, but for now, let's switch back to the action cam, seeing as how that one's waterproof, and I'm heading to the water. All right, back to action camera, and back to the beach. I made it back. Now, I do apologize for any audio issues from here on out. I am leaving my microphone in the car and just going with what's built in here. I still have a few minutes here. But, next time you see me, I should be on the boat. And with that, I'm on a boat. Oh, it is actually quite lovely out here. I also don't really know how to paddle this thing. Let's still give it a try. You know, it is hard to paddle and film at the same time. But it is very nice out here. I just hope those clouds over there don't actually do anything. And we got red rocks off in the distance. Well, apparently what I'm really good at out here is going around in circles. Yeah, I really can't steer this thing. But it is relaxing to just float. Yeah, this thing is harder to pilot than the Millennium Falcon. But it's relaxing. I finally found my way over close to the freeway. I'm pretty far out. I wonder what's all the way over on the far side. I wonder if I could get there. But I will tell you, this is a workout. Yeah, I highly recommend coming out here and doing this. This is a relaxing time. I just paddle for a little bit and then sit for a bit. There's a lovely little breeze. And the temperature is perfect today. I'm just moving right along here. Granted, I'm going around in circles again. I've been out here for maybe 15 minutes so far. Just paddling around and going in circles. There's an actual current out here in the middle of the lake. It keeps pushing me into that direction. Now I'm trying to get over that way, I don't think I'm ever going to make it. It is exhausting getting over here. I am going against the current, and I am way out here. But it is still very nice. Whew! I finally made it over to this side. I just had to come see this smiley face. And I have no idea what that building is, but it looks out of use. Anyway, let's take a look. Whew. Yeah, we are nice and out here. I have no idea what time it even is. Well, apparently I've been out here for about 20 or 30 minutes. I think it's time to start heading back the other way. Maybe it's also time to start saying those goodbyes. Yeah, because I have another video to go film later today. And I want to relax a little bit between now and then. So I definitely want to thank you for joining me. Like I said, I have one more video before we head out on our trip. If you missed the big announcement, well, go watch the other video. So until next time, I want to thank you all for joining me. This has been a fun one. And for now, make sure you like, subscribe, click that bell notification so you don't miss out on this trip that I have coming up at the end of the month. It's going to be a dream. I can't believe I've made it back. Thanks for watching, everyone. Whew, this water's cold. Good night.